All right, in this video, we're going to be going over one of the results we've generated for our dumpster rental clients campaign. Over the last couple months, we spent over $5,000 running Facebook and Instagram ads for this company. Now, before I show you the results, I actually want to show you something that's more important than the revenue itself, because the goal isn't just to spend money and hope for the best. The goal is to know whether a campaign is profitable before you decide to start spending more. So for that reason, we track three metrics. The first is your average cost per lead. The second is the closing percentage. And then the third is your average job value. Those three metrics tell us whether a campaign is actually ready to scale. So let's go through them. For dumpster rental companies, we found our average cost per lead is usually around $15. And our average closing percentage is around 15%. Now, our average job value depends on the company. Some companies focus on large commercial roll-off dumpsters. Others mainly rent smaller residential dumpsters. For this particular client, the average rental value is around $350. And now let's use those numbers to draw a prediction. So we've spent $5,000. At $15 per lead, we expect to generate roughly 333 leads. If we close 15% of those leads, that's about 50 rentals. Now multiply those 50 rentals by an average rental value of $350. That gives us a projected revenue of roughly $17,500. Now let's compare that to what actually happened. So this campaign actually generated $20,000 in revenue. So were we exactly right? No, we actually outperformed the forecast by roughly $3,000. And that's why we don't treat these numbers as an exact science. We use them as a forecasting tool before we increase the budget. Now, here's something that's unique about dumpster rentals is that many customers are property managers, general contractors, house flippers, manufacturing facilities, real estate investors. So it's safe to assume and predict that 20% of those customers we get will rent again in the next year or two. So 10 customers, which is 20% of those 50 customers that we initially got, times $350, that's possibly another $3,500 in revenue without having to pay to acquire those customers again. So the real value of this campaign isn't just in the first rental themselves, it's in the lifetime value of those customers. Now, if you like to build a predictable Facebook ad system like this for your dumpster rental business, you have two options. If you'd like, our team can build and manage the system for you, and you can book a strategy call using the link below. Or you can join our community where inside we already have documented the exact strategy we use to generate these results. And so whether you want us to build it for you or you want to learn how to do it yourself, both links are down in the description below.